end goal is to connect with your customers, set yourself apart. In a sea of Lulu girls, how do your customers remember who you are? What are they going to remember about you and your unique style? And also because it helps increase sales. So in my former life, I was an English teacher for 12 years. And so I would dress up and I felt like I was walking the runway every day in the hallways. And then I had 3 little babies and I became like a homeless person. And I would pretty much never wear a bra if I didn't have to. And I would wear sweatpants. I got these sweatpants from Victoria's Secret and they were I thought like I paid like $50-some for them. And they were the kind that looked like they'd been washed 15,000 times. My husband's like, Stephanie, they have holes in them. I'm like, I know. No, Steph, no, you look homeless and I can see your underwear and you're not wearing a bra. So there was this like real big battle. But I had 3 little babies and I had poop on me and I was gross and I smelled. But that was where I was in my life. And so then in walks Lulu Rowe. And all of a sudden, I'm supposed to be a fashion consultant. So that was joke number 1. So I'm supposed to show up and tell people how to dress. I had to put on a bra, first of all. And back to the bra. You guys, maybe you'll understand this. So I went to Victoria's Secret the other day, and I got there's men in here, so I probably shouldn't tell this, but I will anyway. So I got all kinds of great bras and underwear. My husband's like, wow. What are you doing? Well, he doesn't understand, and I'm going to get into this. I'm taking my clothes off all the time with my customers. Because as they're trying things on, I want to be right there with them trying things on. And then I'm like, wait, you can't buy that, that's mine. And so I'm fighting my customers for clothing because I'm stripping and trying things on with them. And it creates such an excitement because they see that I love these clothes. And it's you want to think. So anyway, I'm totally off. Anyway, and my girlfriend's keeping this because my husband's like, I want to see you. He's going to see this and be like, God, Stephanie. All right, so I want to talk to you. I'm going to talk about 3 different things really quickly because I know it's getting late. But I want to talk about just developing your personal style. Okay? The first thing I want to tell you is you need to seek inspiration. You should be following every single Lulu Rowe girl on Instagram that you can possibly find. I'll be like, add, follow. Because I want to see what you're doing. And I want to see how you're wearing things. And I want to be inspired by you. So I have some girls that I absolutely am obsessed with. So like Lindsay Wheeler and Sadie. And so I follow them and I secretly stalk them at night. And so that's great. But that's where I get my inspiration from. Oh, well, Megan Parker has those shoes, so I think I need those shoes. And so I go and I spend, hundreds of dollars on shoes I can't afford. But that is all developing my personal style. So seek inspiration. When you open up that box, when that UPS brown box shows up and you open it up, when you open it, what are the prints that make you cry? That you look at and you're like, take this. This is never going to see a hanger. This is going I'm on the floor. I do Facebook Live during the day when my husband's watching from work because I always see his name pop up. So I'm doing these Facebook Live posts and I'm like, oh guys, look at this. And then I just throw it. I throw it on my steps because I know it's never going to make it to the basement. And he's like, Stephanie, you can't take that. I'm like, you're at work. You can't stop me. But you want to find the things that are speak to your soul. Are you a floral girl? I saw someone in a floral Carly here. I wanted to rip it off her body. It was amazing. I have 12 Carlys. This one, right? Yes, that one. I have 12 or more Carlys. And I'm buying them retail from other girls because I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm ever going to see that, so I need to buy it. So that's a whole nother issue. And Jen is still taping this, so he's going to hear this. Okay, so the next point is when you're developing your personal style, you know the things that you love, you know the colors that inspire you, but your style also needs to reflect your life. And here's what I want to say about that. Your job as a fashion consultant is to appeal to different women at different stages and different lifestyles. So if I got up every morning and I only showed myself in an Amelia, well, I'm only appealing to the girls who get dressed to go to work and put on an Amelia. So I have to think about the categories of my life. So I came up with 5. So I have like my mom life, I have my professional life, my Stephanie time, my date nights, and then I still have it, my home with Chic. But now it's Chic, it's not just Chic. So those are my 5 things. And one of the things I heard a lot of the presenters say tonight was be purposeful. So when you're getting dressed, if you can identify those 5 parts of your life that make up your world, when you're getting dressed in the morning, you want to think about, okay, which of those 5 areas am I going to be dressing for? And be purposeful in the clothes that you choose for that. So I know when I am going to stand on the sidelines at Grayson's soccer game, this is what I'm going to be wearing. And I'm going to wear it purposely because I want other moms to say, oh my God, you look so comfortable. I'm like, I am. Here's my board. And next week I'm going to have a rack of clothes with me at soccer. So you want to be dressing for that. And that's super important. So my home with Chic looks like I'll put leggings on and an Irma and a Sarah, and I look amazing. I feel like I am wearing a bathrobe and I'm naked. But I feel fabulous. So you want to make sure that you're being purposeful in the things that you put on your body. This is not an accident. And you want to use LuLaRoe to style every different part of your life. This morning, I was in an oversized Julia that I had knotted up, and both my girls were in Dot Styles, and I was at the dollar store. And I'm walking around, and this girl comes up to me, and she's like, are you a consultant? I'm like, she's like, I was checking out. She's like, and I saw you guys walk in, and I followed you around the store. I was like, and I knew you were a consultant, and can I have your card? She said to me, she's like, I'm and like, if anybody heard us, they think like a drug deal was happening. I got what you need, girl. I got so much. And so it was great. It was awesome. And within seconds of getting in my car, she was on my VIP page. And within seconds of that, I was doing a shout out to her and saying, oh my God, Dominique, just saw you in Dollar Tree. So great to meet. She is going to be a customer. And don't you know, before we parted ways, I said to her, and why aren't you selling this stuff? And so I opened up that door and said, she's like, I'm in school, I'm busy. I'm like, oh no, you've got time for this, let me tell you. So I encouraged, that line of communication too. So it's important that to develop a personal style, are purposeful in the things that you choose to put on your body. And then, develop a signature look. Does anyone have a signature look? Are you that fancy? Does anyone? Like, do you have something when they're like, oh, there's that girl, she's got that. Anything? So mine, I love obnoxious lipstick. Like, the brighter the better. And girls are always commenting on my lipstick. I love the Jill. So Jill is and is anyone else wearing a Jill tonight? No, no one's wearing a Jill. I love Jill. So I wear Jills all the time. And I love it because I love the way that it makes me feel. I love that it covers my knees because I hate my knees. I love the fabric and it's light. I love the pleats. I love the band. I love everything about Jill. So for me, a lot of times when I'm posting on Instagram or Facebook, girls are always commenting, oh my God, I love your Jill. I sell more Jills than most people sell because I love it and I wear it and I incorporate it into my day and I'm showing girls the different ways that you can wear it. So have a piece that you love. I mean, obviously you love all of it, but have a piece that you love and make sure you explain why you love it to your customers and encourage them to fall in love with it too. Okay, so I'm going to move on to a very different style. Your pop-up style and how you dress when you're going to a pop-up is different from how you dress personally. And the first point I'm going to talk about, Jill, like the Jill Brady. And so here's me, fangirl moment. We're in that convention, and she walks up to me. And I looked at her, I'm like, you're my favorite skirt. Marley's sisters at convention did a whole thing, and Jill had the very difficult task of talking about the integrity of the clothing. And it really stuck with me, and it was something that I wanted to share with you. When you are representing LuLaRoe, so when you are at a pop-up and you are selling LuLaRoe, you should wear the clothes as they were intended to be worn. And that was what Jill had talked about. She said, you know, a shirt is a shirt. And LuLaRoe, we designed it to be a shirt. So when you're representing the brand, you should not be wearing it as a dress or as a tube top. Or LuLaRoe is a modest clothing company. And so you want to maintain that integrity and be true to the brand when you are representing the brand. Now, does that mean that when you're talking about maxi skirts, you can't say to a girl, you know, you can wear it if you're at the beach as a tube dress and you can throw it over? No, you haven't. But when you're wearing the clothing and you are representing the brand and you're working at a pop-up, you should wear the clothes as they were intended to be worn. So that was kind of the message that I'm bringing from Jill, my absolute favorite skirt, to you guys. So then I'm going to tell you another. So my next point for your pop-up style, because you want to create your pop-up style and you want to be purposeful in it. I had one of my former students who's now selling LuLaRoe with someone else. She called me. She called me and she's like, Mrs. Foster. I'm like, you can call me Stephanie now. You're 28. She's like, I can't. It's weird. Okay. She's like, can I come buy a Carly from you? She's like, I have a vendor event. I really want to wear a Carly. I said, absolutely you can, Abby. I said, but do you have Carlys that you're going to sell at that vendor event? She's like, no. I said, well, then you don't wear a Carly. I said, you wear every piece that you're bringing to that vendor event. You wear what you want to sell. So I love Jill's. I love them, but they don't sell well for me at pop-ups. So I feature them in my personal life and on my Instagram feeds, but when I'm at a pop-up, I'm wearing pieces that I know are going to sell really well at a pop-up. So I'm wearing Cassie's, and this is a perfect. So I'm wearing a Cassie and a perfect and a Lindsay. I'm layering as many things on me as I possibly can. And then oftentimes, throughout the pop-up, I might throw on something, like I might throw on a Sarah, or I might throw on a Monroe. So maybe I'm changing in the pop-up. I had a pop-up a few weeks ago, and I got this gorgeous like olive green lace Lindsay. And she lived in my closet for a while, and she kept her tags on. And I decided, like, all right, we're gonna break you in tonight, girl. So I took her out of the closet, and I had Carly on, and so I put my Lindsay on. I took the tags off, and I hid them in the trash can so David wouldn't see them. So I put her on, and I was like, you know, I felt real good. Don't you know I sold it off my body? The girl's like, oh, I love that. I'm like, fine, try it on. And she looks so good in it, and I'm like, listen, the tags are still buried in the trash can. I'm like, you can have it. So be willing to sell things off of your body. I sold many things off of my body. So layer and wear things. And then, oh, this is a fun one. So when I get a duplicate, I am praising the LuLaRoe gods, because to me that means you get to keep it. When you get duplicates, even if it's not your style, thank Deanne and Mark and say, oh, this one's for me. They said this one's for me. So that's another thing you can do. You can tell your husband, don't know, Deanne sent me an extra one. And you wear that. Because when you wear the thing, that's what's going to sell. So you keep that extra perfect, even if it's not quite your size, and you wear it to pop-ups. Because if you wear it, someone says they love it, you can go, oh my God, I have one, here, take it. So that's a great way. Duplicates are the best thing in the entire world, and if you get 5 of them, it's even better. Because you wear one to every single pop-up, and I guarantee you will sell all of them. So never ever complain about duplicates. And then I want to talk to you about this next thing, really quickly, being the authority. So a little bit about me. I had gastric bypass 8 years ago. I was 300 pounds my entire life. So I was the size that I was like a size 28. So I struggled with clothing, and I struggled with finding things that made me feel good and comfortable. And then I had the gastric bypass, and I lost, 200 pounds. I needed some of that. But so I have have these parts of me, like my arms. I have a lot of skin on my arms, and it kind of hangs and it waves, and I'm just embracing it. And I thought, don't remember that applause. So then, like, I had like all kinds of skin. I've had 3 kids, 3 C-sections. Like, my stomach is a mess, and I've got extra skin everywhere. I know, like, Irmas don't work for me because unless I go up really big, because an Irma sleeve is tighter. And so then I have all my skin hangs out of the Irma. It's not cute. So like I know my body enough to know that Irmas don't agree with me unless I'm gonna really go up a few sizes. Same thing with Julia. Today I rocked a 2X Julia. Rolled the sleeves, I folded it up, it didn't hug anything. But I know if a Julia comes in a medium that I love, like it's not gonna happen, Steph, because I know my body enough to know that. So you need to be an authority and use yourself as an example. So put yourself out there to your customers and say to them, like, look at these arms, okay? These don't fit in a Nicole, but let me show you an Amelia. So if you can connect with a customer and make them feel like, I get it, I get your struggles, I get that you know, girls who are trying to hide their middle, you know, let me show you how you can put a dress up a little higher and it floats over all the parts you want to cover, because I have them too. So you want to really put yourself out there so that you can connect with your customers, because they will appreciate that and they will want to come back to you and they will want to hang out with you and be a part of what you're doing because they feel like you get that. So be vulnerable, put yourself out there, share your ugly parts, because we've all got them. You know, we're all shined up on Instagram, but like under this Jill, I've got like folds of skin that I'm trying to hide, but nobody can see that, right? Okay. And then Linda, so graciously, everybody got a handout or a seated handout on their chairs, and it talks about the 4 different body types. Linda put this together for you so that you can just check it out and maybe use it as a resource at your pop-ups. So that's something that you can do. I have one more slide that I want to talk to you guys about. And this is probably, I think, super important because it's about styling your customers, how to put them in clothes. And for new girls that are starting out, one thing that they struggle with is when you're doing an in-home pop-up, like, well, what do I say to that? You're like, well, how do I start the conversation? What do I say? So I always go up to them like, oh, have you ever shopped with Leroux before? Yeah. Or, oh, I only have the leggings. Okay, well, tell me about your legs. So here's a little fun thing you can do. So these are all date night, me time, girls night, sporty mom, polished and professional, travel time loungewear, workout warrior. They're all little labels. So what you can do that's really fun is you can have little stickers. And when somebody comes to one of your pop-ups, you can ask them to pick a sticker. And so that way they've identified their lifestyles. They can put different stickers on them. So when you're trying to work with them to put outfits together for them, you can look at their stickers and be like, oh, you love working out? Well, let me tell you about this outfit. Or if it's somebody who says they're a teacher, you take them right to Madison's, or you take them right to Amelia's and you say, let me show you this dress with pockets. There's nothing better than teaching Shakespeare with your hands in your pockets. So this is a fun way to get your customers involved in your pop-ups. Have them on cute little stickers. Have a little table and ask them when they enter your pop-up, like, go put a sticker on and tell me a little bit about yourself. So that's something you can do. But when you meet a customer, I can go back to that. When you meet a customer, you want to start asking them questions, and not like you're interrogating them, but you want to find out who they are. You want to find out what they do in their free time. And so this is always what I do. I take 2 pieces of clothing that are totally different. So I'll take like a gray perfect, and then I'll take like a wild pattern perfect, and I'll be like, do you like this? And I kind of see which they gravitate towards. So you want to pull a style and pull 2 very different pieces. So something more simple and something a little crazier. And then it helps you to understand who they are a little bit more. So I walk around with my customers to all of my racks at a pop-up, and I start pulling things off the rack for them. And I'll say, okay, I always pull a Perfect and a Cassie, I put them together, and I say, here, you're gonna try this on. And I hand them outfits. The goal for every customer that I have at a pop-up is that I've interacted with them and I have handed them between 4 and 6 outfits that they can go and try on. So you want to be putting outfits together, and as you're putting them together, you want to gauge your customers' responses. So if you hand them a black and white Carly and they're like, I don't love black and white, I like bright colors. Okay, pull a bright Carly, even if it's not in their exact size, because if they love the colors and the pattern, they might be willing to go, and Carly, you can wear I can wear every size. So you want to really just give them options. So you want to be identifying outfits for them. Also, I don't know how many of you do this, but you want to bring accessories to your parties. So I bring necklaces. I'll bring all of the necklaces on all the mannequins are on my clothing, and all the necklaces are mine. So I might bring like a pretty little rack, and I'll put it on the table, and I'll hang different necklaces on it. And they don't have to be necklaces I necessarily like. But I could go to Target and go to the clearance section and just pick up a couple different ones. Because it's going to help my customers get a complete picture of what the outfit's going to look like on them. So you can provide necklaces, you can provide belts. You must be bringing belts to parties. Thick belts, thin belts, white belts, black belts, nude belts. You want to be able to say, you're going to say to a girl, yeah, that Carly's big. You love it, you put it with the belt, you're gonna really love it. If you don't have a belt for them, it might be hard for them to imagine that. So you wanna be able to finish the deal. You hand them the belt. Guess what, guys? If they love the belt, give them the belt. Take the belt. Because then they have, number one, they're like, oh my God, she gave me the belt. And you sold them the Carly, and you've made a friend and a customer. I'm big about talking, leggings. It's coming up to be that time now where girls are going to be wearing stockings for the fall. No girl should ever wear stockings again. Leggings should be their stocking. No woman should ever be in pantyhose again. So you really want to be teaching your customers about how they can use, I loved your yellow leggings. Like, I think you look adorable. And so many consultants
You have 25.
Exactly. And that's all of us. We're all like, well, as I'm watching Gina, I'm like, look at, she has so many yellow leggings, and she makes them look gorgeous. So be creative. If you have something that isn't selling, wear it. Own it, wear it, love it, post about how good you look. Someone will say you look good too. And then before you know it, you've created, oh my God, I need yellow. Like, I want to go home and take my yellow leggings now. And I want to put together Jean's outfit because she inspired me with her use of yellow leggings. Okay, my last point for the night is being honest. You can probably tell I don't struggle with honesty. You want to really give honest feedback. One of my favorite customers came over and she wrote me, she's like, I bought this from another consultant, don't be mad, I'm not mad. She's like, but I need you to tell me how it looks. Okay, bring it over. It was not good. She put it on and it just made her, it just did not, it was the fabric and it just didn't flatter her. And I'm like, and she's like, I knew it. I'm like, yeah, I know. And so I'm like, you send that back. I'm like, you give that to a friend. I said, let's try this one. So I handed her different pieces. She values my honesty. And it's really important to gauge, like if a customer walks out and you can tell they love what they're in, but you do not like it, but they feel good and they feel beautiful and they feel comfortable, then you cheer for them and you go, oh, you're awesome. If they come out and they're asking for your opinion and you think that maybe, you don't say, oh my God, that looks terrible, say, let's try this size or let's try this pattern. Don't say you don't look good in something, but offer them alternatives. So say, you know what, this size or this print might not be the best for you. Let's try this. You always want to have something else in your hand that you can hand them so that they can have that feeling of walking out feeling absolutely beautiful in their Lularoe, which we know is why we sell the Lularoe. But you want to make sure that you ask people, how does this make you feel? How do you feel in this? Do you feel good? And if a girl feels good, at the end of the day, that is all that matters. And I think that's part of why I sell LuLaRoe, is because I struggled for so many years to find clothes that I felt good in. And I found clothes that I feel really good in and that fit all the different roles that I have in my life. And so that's why I love LuLaRoe. But that is it. Remember, you are a fashion consultant. You now work in fashion. Whether you want to or not, you work in fashion. Remember that when you're leaving your house without a bra and in full sweatpants, you should never ever do that again. You work in fashion. You represent LuLaRoe. You are a walking billboard for LuLaRoe. You are the best advertisement for the company. So remember that. Keep your bras on. There we go.